Did you go to AVCon or Smash last month? What did you think about it?
Well, we went to both of them, and we're going to give you our thoughts in this episode.
Welcome back to another episode of the JustBeCos Podcast. Where we take life, we take cosplay, we talk
seriously.
We take it so seriously. No, we talk all things life, awesome stuff, cosplay, you name it, you know it. We're back. It's Daniela and Jeremy.
With
another one,
your regular scheduled program here. We've had some on and off breaks. We've life hits you from all angles, but we're back. And today, whether you live in Australia or not, you're gonna love hearing about this one. What are we doing today, Danny?
Or today we're reviewing some amazing cons that we've been to so far, or at least, we've been to this so far. This far.
So, Danny, I've done 2 in a row. Danny did 3 cons in a row. We did AVCon. We did AVCon in Adelaide, Smash in Sydney, and she also just went to Canberra for Geek Market. So, we'll do AVCon and Smash Day because we both went to them. But how was Geek Market? Is that fun time?
Geek Markets was actually really cool. It was my first time going. And I forgot to introduce Mozart. You could probably hear his little boofs in the background. He's not happy that we have a bit of construction happening. But anyway, Geek Markets. So I went as a guest. I didn't explore it as thoroughly as I would like to. Next year, I would love to go as an attendee and explore. But I was very well taken care of. I had a good time. It was very cute. Like, even though it was only I thought it was going to be a lot smaller than it actually was because it's a free event.
Yep.
It felt kind of newish. But when I attended, it was actually pretty big. It had
nice.
I'm pretty sure there were 2 halls. And the people were lovely. Again, it was a free event, guys. I was like, what? A con for free? You don't have to pay to enter?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
What?
Doesn't exist in this day and age, so that's pretty good. I like to see that.
Yeah. I believe his name was Dan. He's so nice as well. You can clearly see he cares a lot about the community and make sure everyone has a good time and has fun. So guys, if you ever
Geek
get
Markets
the chance
in Canberra, go check it out, guys, when it rolls around.
Yeah, they have it in Wollongong as well, actually.
Yeah, right.
And I forgot where the other one is. There's Canberra, Wollongong, and there's one more, I believe.
Geek Market's kind of like a little traveling troupe of fun convention stuff. Yeah. Oh, that's
it was
cool.
really cool.
I like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
What about you?
Well,
how was your Smash?
I didn't go to
AVCon.
Geek Markets. I did go to Smash and AVCon. Let's start with AVCon. That way we can try and remember it before we forget about it too much. Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know about you, and I don't think it was for you, but that was my first time in Adelaide ever.
It was too.
But
yes.
it was a pretty whirlwind trip because I got there. So Danny, Byron, and I stayed together in the same hotel for Adelaide. That was Friday, Saturday, Sunday night, but I arrived Friday bloody 6 or 7 p.m. Stumbled into Danny doing a photo shoot of Variety, which was interesting. And then we went to the club. We hit up Hoshi, and I flew out and then I headed out like Monday at 6 a.m. or something. So it was really, really quick in terms of that. So, You've been to AVCon before, right? So you've got something to kind of compare against.
Yeah.
Right. Well, let's just start with a big overall blanket rating. Out of 5 stars, what would you rate this year's AVCon?
Ooh.
With 5 being impeccable.
Yeah. Oh, that's hard. Okay.
Oh. And then we'll get into why. But what would you give AVCon overall?
I feel like it can be tricky rating it as someone when you're working because as an attendee, it's a bit different.
Yeah.
Because as someone working there, it was it's hard to say. It's roughly between 3.5 and 4. But the con itself, as an attendee, I would have probably given it a 4.5.
Okay.
Yeah.
4.5.
So if I was attending for fun and just exploring and vibing, it was actually really cool. It was a
Solid.
lot bigger than the last 2 years I went.
It's cool.
There was a lot more to do. The layout was pretty good. Yeah, and I feel like if I got to enjoy it as an attendee, I would have had maybe a higher rating.
High rating, but you were working.
What about you? I
Yeah.
won't go into the details yet, but what about you? What's your rating?
I think overall, I'd give it about a 4. I think is pretty 3.5, 4. Yeah, I think that's a very reasonable thing to rate it. And overall, would you go back to AVCon based on your experiences?
Oh, it's hard because it's so expensive.
It is. No, I know. It's a factor. It's a factor. So
it's like one of the main reasons I haven't gone to PixelCon yet is because it costs more to go to PixelCon than it would to go to like Thailand or Singapore.
Pixel Expo. They will
Pixel
punch me in the
Expo.
face if I don't correct us because I made the same mistake last time. Pixel Expo.
Oh no, Pixel Expo, my bad. Don't hurt me, Pixel Expo. Oh my god. It was an honest mistake.
It's fine. It's fine. You're forgiven on behalf of Pixel Expo, which I don't work for.
Yeah, that's the only reason I haven't gone to Pixel Expo yet is because it costs
The
more to go
costs,
there than
yeah.
it would to go to like Singapore, for instance. And it's like, oh, another country versus.
Because I think that's the biggest barrier for me going to any convention outside of Sydney or Melbourne or Brisbane is just getting to Adelaide and Perth in particular. It is quite a bit more expensive just to fly there. I know for me, like I had no suitcase. I just came with a hand carry, as you saw.
That's right.
And I picked the dirt cheap flights, like the late night Friday, well, not the late night one. I got a late Friday one and a very early Monday one. And even return tickets to Adelaide was like $550 or something. That's no baggage. So, and in comparison, doing the same thing, no bags to Sydney would cost me $250, which is, a lot cheaper. So
half the price, basically.
But yeah, I think if I was to go down to AVCon again, it would be, I think, because I've got some, I won't say like pure business dealings, but I'd have to have some kind of bigger objective to being there. Maybe as a creator or, like I said, if I'm working there for some reason. But if it was just as an attendee, I'm not sure if I'd make the trip every year, but I might make it every second year or something. But But that's purely based on cost, right? But as a local, I think great con to kind of visit and see what's there.
Agreed.
Now, let's dive into it because that was the first time I ever went there. There was the Hoshi, it was like the clubbing event on the Friday night, which I actually quite liked because it wasn't stupidly crowded. It was busy enough that it was, fun to hang out and you could talk to new people.
It was a good level of crowded,
Good level of crowd.
Too insane.
You could breathe. You could, actually speak to people. It wasn't like shoulder to shoulder. And people were pretty chill. I don't feel like I feared for my life getting into a punch up with anybody there. So
agreed.
Cool. So Hoshi is a great event. I definitely enjoy going to those because we went to the one in Sydney. We'll talk about the Sydney one later. But Friday Hoshi, very good. Let's start with location. Was it at the same location last year, AVCon, or was this?
So last year it was at the showgrounds as well. The year before that, it was at the Adelaide Exhibition Centre, I think they call it, which is more in the city. As when I first went to AVCon, like the first year, the one at the Exhibition Centre was easier to get to.
Yeah.
As somebody doesn't have a car, in Adelaide, because it's in the city.
In the city.
We could just walk there. But the Adelaide Showgrounds, you kind of have to drive there or catch public transport to.
That was one.
It's not really walking distance.
Yeah, that was one thing that puts it like down a point for me is the location, especially for someone who's out of town, doesn't have a car. I'm sure we could have public transported it some way, but considering how late we stayed back some of the nights, and having to catch an Uber or taxi if you needed to, the location for someone from out of town probably not the most convenient versus I think we actually walked past the conventional exhibition center on the way to Hoshi on the Friday night, didn't we?
We probably did, yeah. I think we did.
Because somehow I was like, oh, that's the convention center. So if it was there, it's like, all right, have a good time, after parties, have some drinks, and just stumble back to the hotel in the city. Like that would have been fine.
Exactly.
I'm sure there's reasons why they had it at the showgrounds, but
yeah, the showgrounds are definitely bigger than the exhibition center. Like the exhibition center was really cute. I have heard they used to use all the levels of the exhibition center, but they didn't when I went. I don't know if they could maybe have an exhibition center and have it on different levels, but maybe there's not as much accessibility. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, the access to the showgrounds, we had to, the second year the closest hotel was the Ridges. And yeah, it's a walk, but it's like a 20-minute walk or 30-minute walk, and it's cold. Like you don't want to be walking in cosplay in the cold. So yeah, that was definitely like we had to Uber it. That cost more money. Yeah. You know, so it's like
definitely a factor. Because like in terms of the layout of the con itself, it was two big halls. One for like artists and vendors. The other one was for games and
that was cool.
Guests and the stage, and I thought it was quite well laid out. There's lots of space. I didn't feel super crowded. But it was a very healthy crowd. Like.
It was good.
There's an outside section which you could chill at. There were cute little food vans around of, varying businesses. So
I love that food was easy to access. And even if you don't want to eat expensive con food, you could just cross the road to that little IGA.
That sick little IGA across the road.
Yeah, which is really good. Like I love it when I don't have to eat at the con.
At the con, yeah.
Yeah.
So
awful when you have no choice.
But in terms of like layout was good, location. If that was why they chose, because the facilities were good, yeah, I can see why. There was a cute little farmers market on the Sunday, which you could either buy oranges and your fruit and veg, and then go and cosplay. But
that would have been cool. You could have been Miku and bought a leek.
You could have if you wanted a fresh leek straight out of the farm. You're right there,
fresh from the farm. Howdy, Miku.
How about stuff to do at the con? Like, what do you feel like? Was there enough to keep you engaged? Because I know you were working a lot of the time, so maybe that's less of something to worry about. But how'd you feel? Like, did you ever feel bored? You're like, oh, what am I going to do? Or were you walking around the halls at the shops for like six times straight because there's nothing to do? How'd you feel?
Yeah, the first year I ever went to AVCon, it was a bit like that. As an attendee, I was like, oh, that lap went really quick. I did it in 5 minutes. And then it was more, okay, let's try and explore a bit more. But a lot of it was more socializing. Anyway, the second year as an attendee, we had more friends to talk to. There were a few little things to do, but this year there definitely was a lot more.
Okay.
Like the last 2 years, I don't feel like there was that much to do compared to this year. This year was pretty good. I loved the arcade. They had DDR. I love DDR. That's always like a yes, DDR. Yeah. There was a lot of panels on. The streaming thing was really cool. Yep. Apparently they had that last year. I had no idea.
The streaming thing was fun. Like, I wasn't knowing what to expect. Like, do I sit down and just watch Danny when she's streaming? It was like, no, there's enough space for you guys to jump in and
I wanted people to be there to make it more fun.
Was fun.
It's not fun when you're by yourself, so it was entertaining.
I'm glad.
What did we do? We had your shoe at one point, but
what were we doing? I did take my shoe off for something on the stream. I can't remember what it was. We weren't doing shoeies or anything, so
yeah, it's really funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was I liked that they had the streaming booth thing for charity, which apparently again they did last year, but I did not see it. It must have been really hidden and I didn't explore well enough. The stream booth was cool, the panels were cool. Cosplay area was pretty similar to last year as well. That was good.
They did something really interesting with the panels actually, because the panels, it wasn't like right next to the stage, but it was close to the stage. So I thought that was a very interesting choice, because in order to actually listen to because the main stage, obviously there's a microphone going off and cheering and stuff like that. And the panels were not even in a room, just like sectioned off booths of the hall. That was maybe...
I was so worried,
Yeah, it was maybe 30 or 40 meters away. It wasn't super far, but it wasn't super close. And
it was
interesting because, again, microphone in front of the stage. And to listen to Danny speaking on stage, you just had to pick up a pair of the headphones that were sitting there, and you put them on, and I thought they were
blocks out sound.
Yeah, they weren't actually like the sound didn't go from the headphones from your microphone to the headphones. It just blocked out the sound from everywhere else, which was really interesting.
Yeah.
It wasn't the best in terms of sound quality, but
yeah. I like the panels themselves were great. But the layout of the panel section, I'm like, oh, that's what lost the star because that's where I was working half the time. It was really frustrating. I could hear people on my own panel. I could hear the other stages more. I feel like because I know they're all, I'm pretty sure, volunteer run, but they definitely need more tech volunteer crew, like to have one stationed at every stage or panel room to make sure the sound is good. Otherwise, it's just like it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Someone's mic wasn't even working.
It's really interesting kind of thinking, something has to go near the stage, but what would you put near the stage is the question, I think, which is probably where they were trying to figure it out. Because we were talking to a few people in the guest booths and stuff, and from there as well, when there was something going on stage, it was really difficult to have a conversation with anybody. Yeah. So, it's kind of just interesting hearing, thinking about what to do with that kind of area.
Because like we've spoken in past podcasts, I always look at the map because I like to look at the map to see the layout. And when I saw the map, I was like, wait, are they just going to have stages right next to each other and everyone's going to talk at
panels,
the same time?
Yeah, it was bizarre.
So I was like, oh, surely it's in a room. People were like, yeah, it should be a room. Nope, it was just a little divider.
Little dividers, room dividers.
Granted, it was probably a soundproofing divider, but it doesn't do anything.
There's only
in like
so much
big
it can
warehouse hall. Yeah. So
interesting choice.
I reckon they'd probably have to limit the applications they accept and have it so it's one on, one off type deal so they don't interfere, or space it out.
Just space it out, I think. Or put the panels not where sound is required for both of them. Like, don't put them right next to each other. So
no. Exactly.
Interesting choice. It was an interesting choice. I don't know the solution of what to do in future, but putting the panels right next to the stage is probably not the best.
I know other cons usually have them like opposite ends of the hall. Like they don't have them all in one area. The panel stages are usually in different sections of the con to avoid that. But or they just only have one. If it's a smaller con, they just have one stage. Yeah, and that's it. But it is tricky.
It is. But I overall I liked the. It's fun because we went to Smash the next. We'll talk about Smash in a bit, but we went to Smash the next week, and the number of people at Smash compared to AVCon was insanity. There was there was just a lot more. They were both very well managed, but it was kind of fun going to a new con like AVCon. I've never been there before. Had no expectations, so kind of going in and seeing, it's like, oh, this is kind of like a cute little event that was big enough that there was stuff to do all the time. There were arcade machines, indie games, little art contest. Let's talk about After Dark real quick, cool. Actually. That was...
After Dark.
I know you unfortunately weren't feeling great, so you didn't get to experience all of it.
No, I was exhausted.
So anyone didn't go to After Dark, AVCon basically opened up the convention floor from 6 to 11 p.m. or something. And it was all 18 plus paraphernalia with artwork printed out that you'd probably only find on Rule 34 or something, because that's where it came out to play. There was some interesting artwork, let's just say that. And it was kind of fun because people were encouraged, bring out your 18 plus cosplays. No nudity, obviously, but showed off a bit more skin and kind of just encouraged people to, I guess, have fun with that aspect of pop culture, I suppose. So you guys got there 8 o'clock or something, or a little bit later?
I think it was around 7.
7.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we weren't there for long. Unfortunately, I always seem to get my period around con season, which is really shit. I don't know why. It's just the timing.
Yeah.
I don't know. But so, dressing sexy and going to a convention doesn't really feel good when your body hates you and is like, I want snacks and I want to sleep. I'm trying to force the opposite.
Why are you getting up and leaving the house and not feeding me?
Yeah. And even though I have nothing wrong with like, being sexy and dressing sexy, for me, it felt, I don't know, it was odd. Like I'm so used to keeping it online and not going out in public.
Yeah.
In something like that.
Yeah.
Mind you, people were lovely. There was one person who just wouldn't leave me alone. I was like, no, I don't want a photo. I want to leave. Leave me alone. And after that, I was like, Byron, I want to go.
Yeah, fair enough.
But aside from my like personal stuff, the After Dark was pretty good in terms of how they did it. It was a lot better than last year, in my opinion. So much better. Like this year, they did a really good job overall with After Dark and the con.
Yeah.
Viper was great as well. Like she put on a great show. And I know she did a lot of work for AVCon in general. She did it amazing. So it was really cool to see that. Like it's always cool when you see your friends doing great. It's like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah, it's fun.
Castle Forge as well did a great job. Like they both were good additions to AVCon. I mean, Mark's always been helping AVCon, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't really explore the After Dark much. Like I saw a bit of the parade, which was cool.
Yeah.
And some of the panels, which were good. And, there was After Dark streaming, which I thought was really cool too. And Artist Alley. But that was all I really saw.
Yeah. Artist Alley, like, apparently the merch, I took a quick squiz through there, but the merch didn't really change too much in terms of like, oh, well, let's just have some sexy figures out now. And, I think it's an interesting addition. And I think the intent is good. So hopefully I would like to see that part of it grow in terms of merch being sold or artists doing different things. I think and I just kind of bought some drinks and played Mario Kart for a good hour.
Yeah.
So that was
really cute.
That was a good part of just hanging out and just checking out what else was there. But apart from the bar, playing video games, checking out the merch, obviously watching the competition on stage, I think that was primarily what it was all about. I think it's just literally having an adults only convention more than anything else. So
yeah.
But it was an interesting experience. I think it was good just to hang out and socialize. I think if you weren't there to be social, it probably would have been a little bit boring. Because I think the crux of what it was, just adults hanging out more than just like, oh, let's have kids around too, which is great. But it's just a little social thing more than anything else.
Agreed. I know I have heard like a lot of the time people struggle with like naughty stuff in After Dark because they don't like cosplay specifically to be seen as just sexy and, sex appeal and, women and men being just this sex icon. They get really, people get really scared of it encouraging that behavior. But I think AVCon did a good job with it, and they had a big sign about consent and rules at the front before you entered, which was good. But yeah, so I think they did a really good job because it's not easy to do. People can get offended very easily.
yeah, they sure can. But I think it's good because I don't think it's either like, oh, here you have a convention for anime, or you have Sexpo, and there's nothing in between, right? So.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of nice that there's a space for this kind of thing that's encouraged and people can just attend and just hang out. You don't even have to focus on the 18 plus side of it. So
overall, like Hoshi, AVCon and After Dark, I think it was too much for me on top of the working in the panels. I remember we spoke about this on the way back to the hotel. I was like so over it. I was grumpy and tired. I wanted to eat. I was so hangry, guys. Like I was on my period and I was hangry. Like
that was Saturday. We had pizza night. Yeah, we had pizza.
And poor Byron was like, "Oh my god, my girlfriend's gonna kill me," because I was impatient. But I think if I was in a better headspace and if I wasn't tired and working, I would have been able to enjoy like everything better.
I mean, you just had a lot going on at the same time, so it's no surprise that something's going to hit you in a way that's going to make you feel a bit hangry or grumpsetty or so. Grumpsetty.
Oh my God. But the pizza was so good.
There's something about a filthy pepperoni pizza from Domino's at 10 o'clock, 10:30 at night after you've had a few drinks or you're just not feeling good in your body. It's like, I just want to eat something. Yeah. So, yeah.
The only time I realized I drank that whole con was at Hoshi, and it was because I was bought shots of tequila. But it was only 2 shots. And then, you have your girlfriends who are like, how try this and then try that. But I don't think I got tipsy. I think I was actually pretty fine.
Wouldn't know that experience. I don't have girls buying me drinks, so that's definitely a foreign concept to me, let me tell you. So
no.
Actually, no, I take it back. After doing the Hoshi judging thing, one of Asumi, shout out to Asumi, she bought us a round of tequila shots. I'm like, okay, I appreciate that.
She's lovely.
Yeah, so I take it back. That's the one time a girl has bought me a drink in that capacity. It's just a round of shots at the bar, which is nice.
So nice. Oh, the Hoshi team were fantastic. They were so organized.
Shout out to Hoshi. Like, that was a great event. Like, it was just genuinely well organized, very chill, no issues with staff or anything like that. Because I remember even at the door, it was very difficult to find my name on the door list or something. But they were just like, no, we got you. So it was very well handled. So
I had that problem at the Smash one.
Oh, really?
My name was, we were meant to be emailed tickets. I had no idea. And I was like, I never got emailed ticket. I thought it was the same as AVCon where we just say our name. Well, I kept trying to search for it. And then eventually they were like, oh, you can come in. I was like, oh, okay. Because I'm like, look, I want the promotion.
Like, that's me in the poster.
Yeah. Yeah, it was, I think the security realized, but yeah, it was fine.
It's nice when the guys there are just like, look, they're obviously not just some random person trying to sneak in. They've obviously bought these tickets and they look like they belong here because they're in cosplay. So it's nice of them to not be too stingy about it, I suppose. So
yeah,
but
exactly.
Overall, I would like to try and visit Adelaide in some capacity where I actually get to check out Adelaide a little bit.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I feel like if I go back there, it'll be to actually go on a holiday maybe and not drive there, maybe fly there this time.
Yeah, you guys drove there from Sydney. Holy smokes.
Yeah.
But there were how many of you? 4 in the car?
So it was just me and Byron in our car. But,
oh, wow.
Jacqueline, Shin and Laith were in their car.
Yeah.
But because we all went together and Jack did a great job of organising each stop.
Yeah.
Like every 3 hours or 4 hours we were stopping. I think it made it a lot easier. And then even Byron said having conversations with different people helped the drive a lot.
Yeah, right.
And then people took over. So, yeah. But it was so tiring.
Yeah, I bet.
Driving and then Smash straight after. It just killed us.
Oh, goodness. Well.
Yeah.
We learned.
But yeah, holiday would be good.
Holiday would be good. Something a bit different. But AVCon, good event. If there is some kind of, I guess, again, incentive for us to go down. I think they did a good job of, giving out those creator passes so more people would come to check out the con because it is genuinely a good con. But it is a bit expensive just to get there. I think if that was less of an issue, then 100% I think I'd be going there more often. So yeah, same for sure. And I also have so many great friends there too. That's the main reason why we've gone 3 years. Well, 2 years for Byron, but 3 years for me. But it is so expensive. It's expensive.
I love everyone, but I'm just like,
I mean,
need to be paid or something. Or have some sort of work.
We'll work on that, Danny. We'll work on that. So we're working on it. And hopefully it's the same for Pixel Expo. I'd love to check that out at some stage. So that way I've covered pretty much all the big cons around the country. So
yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah. Anyway, we're working our way up there. One costume and one podcast at a time. We'll get there. But let's move on to Smash. Now, Smash, everyone who's listening would know what the heck Smash is. It's Australia's biggest anime convention at this point in time. And they've just announced a second event in November if you guys missed our last episode. So there's another event happening
in November,
which is going to be like a small version of Smash. Who knows?
Smash Chibi!
we got no idea how big it's going to be. Maybe it's like, oh my God, this is so much busier than we thought. We have to hire a bigger venue already after 1 year.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Like their chivvy is as big as like your
as the main one.
cons.
Yeah. So who knows? We're curious to see what that's like.
So keen.
Actually, funnily enough, Danny, I haven't mentioned to you, I think Smash did a partnership with some hobby expo in Brisbane. And yeah, there's like a cosplay competition where the winner gets tickets and flights to Smash next year.
Oh,
so
that's sick.
Yeah, so
Enter.
I might not win anything, so
Do it.
I'll check it out. I just saw like a collaboration post with Smash earlier this week, so I'll have to I'll look at it a bit later and report back to you my findings. Anyway,
excellent.
Smash Sydney. Funnily enough, I've told you this before. Every time I travel to Sydney for an event, not just Smash, usually it's like, holy crap, this is like an 8, 9, 10 out of 10 trip, or it's a 1, 2, 3 out of 10 trip. Just something happens which makes it either really good or really bad. And excuse me.
Yeah.
This is one of those trips I think, funnily enough, felt like somewhere in the middle for the first time, which is really interesting. I've had like a lot of good events and a lot of like events at the same time. But let's talk about this from a unbiased perspective of someone who has both worked at the con yourself and someone like myself who did not work at the con. So we've kind of got a good rounded idea. As someone who worked at the con pretty much the entire weekend again, Danny, what was it like? Out of 5, what would you give an overall rating? And then we'll dive into it.
Oh, I know it sounds like I'm biased, but I definitely give it a 5 out of 5 because of how well they treat their staff and everyone is so well taken care of. I had Hoodie look after me the whole weekend leading up to it and everything through emails. She was so organized. She got me anything I needed, and if I needed her to do something for me, she'd go do it. It was really good. The staff room was great. It wasn't as easy to get to as last year, because last year we were in the room that the WCS staff were in instead, which made sense because WCS right there. So we had to go all the way to the 5th level to get to the staff room, which was fine. Yep, which was fine. I don't know if you could get a lift all the way up there. So like accessibility wise, it might have been tricky if you had any issues in that regard.
I reckon you would be able, like there were lifts and it is like the International Convention Centre. So if you couldn't get to
like
a certain
getting
floor,
down was fine, but I think going up to the top floor you weren't allowed for security reasons.
Makes sense.
Like lift down you could, lift up. I think they probably would have organized something though. Like Smash are so good with that. They probably would have given you some sort of key to tap to go up if you needed that. But again, it was the 5th floor, which was fine because I was so close to the main stage as well, which is where I was pretty much the whole con. Yeah. They feed you, you have water, they get you everything you need. I had scripts, times, any changes they told me.
Actually, in comparison, because you and I both worked last year for Smash, what was the difference like this year? Did you notice anything big, like any improvements, any changes, anything that was... If you guys are listening in, you're thinking about working for Smash, they take care of you. Just let us put us out there. But what was different? Any big things?
I would say it was pretty much the same. I can't think of any big differences. Like the same when we did it last year, last minute changes happen. You can't expect everything to go exactly as planned and by the paper you have. A lot of time you just have to be prepared that something random might happen or change. I know there were some new staff or staff who were a bit more timid, not in a bad way. So there were times where I might have put on my big girl pants and been like, all right, everyone get here right now. Like, get here. And they'd be like, okay, yep. They try to yell to everyone to come closer. Their voices are loud enough so that I have to yell, which was so fine. Just little things like that, which were, again, they weren't a big deal. That was like the only difference though, was just helping the teams get people together, which I was happy to do because it made my job easier. Because then I could talk, I talked to all the cosplayers this time, which was different to last year.
That's nice.
I was like, actually, I think some of the I think, I can't remember if it was Vi who told me or Byron also said it, like familiarize yourself with the cosplayers, ask them their names, make sure the pronunciation is right. So I'm like, that's a good idea. So I went and did that. Spoke to all the competitors and made sure I had everything okay in terms of pronunciation. I knew most of the animes at least, so that was good.
That helps.
It helps a lot. And yeah, so that was the only other different thing from last year was I got there a bit earlier just to get all that done. But yeah, stage crew were great. Everything was very well organized. Yeah. It was pretty similar to last year, honestly. Right. I might have been a bit more involved this time, but it was pretty similar.
Okay, well, that's good. I, on the other hand, very different to last year because I was working with Danny last year, but this year I had one panel, and after that,
it was cool.
Nothing. So I had a lot more freedom in comparison. So obviously got to look at through a different lens. But it's funny because we always talk about how massive, because there's so many people to organise, there's going to be lines, and obviously walking over, because if you know the layout of Sydney, the convention centre anyway, you can approach the convention centre from the south or the east. That's it.
Yeah.
If you come from the west, you're staying in a weird part of Sydney. But south or the east, right? And the south goes down towards Central Station, and the east goes across a bridge through Chinatown, right, and into the CBD. The line went from the convention centre down through the park, across the bridge into Chinatown. So that line was insane. It was probably almost a kilometre long. It was crazy how long that line was.
I didn't see the line.
Yeah, you were inside working. Now,
yeah, I was there before lineup was happening. Jeez.
I saw people like walking back, and I was kind of just walking past everybody. Like, okay, I've got it. Luckily and fortunately, I had a panel to do at 11 o'clock, so I just kind of went to the counter, like, hey, I got a panel in 20 minutes. I can't line up. What do I do? And like, oh well, in you come. You have a guest pass now. I'm like, oh, thank you very much. I think it is very good representation because, you know, I think something that makes or breaks an event a lot of the time is the staff working. Because obviously they've got a job to do, and we understand that. But depending on what's being communicated with the staff, the volunteers, obviously it can prevent someone from doing something. It can, if they're not doing their job, and they 100%. Might let the wrong person in, and it can be a safety concern. So it was nice that I think anyone who did kind of stop to check asked the right questions. Yeah. It was just like, wait, who are you? What are you doing? Get out of here. Stop cutting the line. No.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I understand people got jobs to do, but the right questions like, you seem to be skipping the line. What's going on here? It's like, I got a panel, blah, 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 blah. All right, talk to this person. So, I think I don't think I heard any issues with any security or any staff this time around. Because I know sometimes that is an issue, but for the most part.
Security always seemed to be the main issue with Smash. Like anytime people say, I'm never going to Smash again, it's because they had a bad interaction with security. With security,
typically, yeah.
Yeah.
So it seems this time round felt okay. I was talking to a mate.
I'm really curious about the line.
Yeah, like the line is.
I need someone to tell
I should have
us.
taken a picture or even like a video.
That's
it's like,
insane.
Danny, look at this. Are you inside yet? Oh,
holy!
Yeah, it was a massive line. But again, there was, what was it? I had a friend who was wearing the same thing as me, as you know, on the Sunday, and he got stopped and checked, like, oh, is this real? Is this going to cause harm to anyone? And it was just like a mallet with a little piece of rope on the end, right? It was supposed to be a whip. And I had an actual, crocodile skin leather whip that was, 2 meters long, and no one stopped me whatsoever. So,
yeah.
But, obviously everyone can do different things. So, but to their credit, I went on stage. Everyone at the stage was very helpful. It's like, oh, I need this. Like, oh, well, we'll get that organized. They asked if we needed anything. Even you and I, with the smaller bit of interviewing that we did on the Sunday, it was organized. They were no issues. Like, it was pretty smooth sailing. Like, everything was just very well organized. I don't really know what I was explaining there, really.
Yeah, no, which is so refreshing because I love all the cons I go to, but a lot of the time they're not very well organized, unfortunately. Like a lot of the time there's communication issues and like I've had a great time at all these cons, but from what I've heard from other people, they're not getting answers quick enough or there's no responses to emails or follow-ups or the day arrives and they still don't know where the heck they're meant to be. And it's because a lot of time it's volunteer run. So a lot of people don't realize that these aren't paid profession, like not that they're not professional.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
You know, they don't have like a degree in events or something like that. They just love anime and we're like, yeah, I'd love to help. But then they're like, how do I help?
Yeah, but even from the stance of, you know, I know a lot of cons have volunteer positions, but
Yeah.
there are some cons in which you ask a volunteer something. It's like, oh, I don't know, like my one job is to do
Yeah.
this. But
Yeah.
for Smash, it's like, well, you know, this person's going to do this and they know everything about what needs to be done
Yeah.
and where you need to go. So,
It's so good.
you know, the people who obviously are handling the money that's involved are handling it well, that, you know, they're appointing the right people to do the right things, where
Yeah.
there are obviously some cons where the people who are taking the money aren't managing it correctly and it goes to crap.
No, I never see so many cons. I don't see them feed their volunteers.
Oh my
like a lot
God.
of the volunteers get food vouchers so they can go and get food from the kiosks and
Feed
stuff.
them, give them some
which
water.
is so good.
Maybe a lucky dip
Yeah.
and a labubu if you're lucky, but give them something, you know?
Yeah, a lot of the time they don't have that. So Smash are really good at making sure all their staff are happy and fed. And I got to attend one of their training days. It was literally just to briefly go over my role. I didn't actually get involved with the training, but I got to see a little bit behind the scenes of it. And oh my gosh, it's pretty
full on?
not intense, but it's big. Yeah,
pretty
it's
full on.
pretty full on. There's different sections of this like university room. It's like a lecture room. And they're all announcing, oh, if you're in this department, you go over there, or this department there, and they're announcing everything. I'm like, whoa, this is so organized. It's very impressive. I love that they have those staff meetings. I think that's why they run so smoothly.
Yeah.
They're very on top of all of it.
I mean, it's really interesting. It's probably one of the few things. I mean, I think it's essential, but typically it's one of those things where that level of organization usually only comes down to, it's like, oh, you know, you need X level of training, so you should come in for a training day. And no one in a job goes to a training day and goes in voluntarily. Like, it's all paid training, right?
Yeah.
But I think it goes to show both the level of investment and commitment in the event itself, as well as the staff involved, or the volunteers
Yeah.
who do this kind of thing. It just shows how committed they are to the cause, right? So,
Oh, 100%. Like you said, not many people would willingly go to these things, but they just have a great little community of people there that all work well together. And if you can't attend, you can watch the video online. And I think a lot of time they go because they know if they don't, they're not going to be able to answer important questions or know where they're meant to be. And the anxiety of not knowing where you're meant to be and what to do is very scary. Like, imagine rocking up to help out at a con and you have no clue what you're meant to do or where you're meant to go because you didn't listen or attend training. It's like, oh, I'm letting my team down. So I think that also plays a big impact on motivation, like not wanting to let everyone else down because everyone else is working so hard.
yeah, absolutely.
But the con itself, again, so good. Like, from the working side of things, Smash are great to work for. They take great care of you. Hoodie was easy to communicate with. Obviously, sometimes not Hoodie's side of things, but in regards to figuring out who you're meant to email with specific questions can be a bit hard. Not everyone is super responsive like Hoodie was, and Jacqueline as well. They're both very great at being on top of things quickly, but sometimes in other departments, it's a bit hard to get an instant response.
Yeah.
Which you dealt with last year. I remember Jerry's like, it's like squeezing blood out of a stone.
Oh, sometimes
I need to know.
it's difficult. Like, hopefully this year's been a bit better, but and I understand. Like, obviously it's a big event, lot of hands in the stir in the pot, I suppose.
Yeah.
So it can be difficult to kind of know who's doing what and who's organizing
Yeah.
this and that. But from an attendee point of view, everything ran pretty well.
Yeah. Looked like a lot of fun. Like I got to see a bit of it with the charity event.
Yeah.
The Friday they had the charity.
But you
and it
probably
was
didn't
really
get
cool.
to walk around much yourself either, did you?
The charity I did, I was completely free. I had to go over quickly with Hoodie where to be at what time for the Saturday. But on the Friday, I was like, oh, I can look at Artists Alley. I got to see where the cosplay, set up area was because I'd be there for the comp and stuff. Yeah, but there wasn't too much open yet in terms of exhibitors, but it looked cool. So yeah, Smash just really take great care of their staff, and I think that's really cool. Like
I think it's something that we can
great.
all learn from as a convention. If you're
Yes.
thinking about hosting convention in some respects, but look, I think overall, Smash, there's never a shortage of things to do. There's always, whether you choose to work all weekend like Danny, or whether you choose to just hang out with your friends, or you want to meet new people, then I think there's definitely a lot of space for everything like that. It's funny because, like I said, whether it be like a 10 out of 10 con or a 1 out of 10 con, it really just depends on what you choose to do during any given con weekend. And that's no fault of the convention itself. It's just however you choose to spend it with whoever you choose to spend it with. I think it's really going to make or break it. I mean, have you ever remembered having a convention where the convention itself was like, yeah, because of the convention, I had a bad weekend? Did that ever happen, or?
I feel like it was only Crunchyroll Expo, but I didn't even go into the con, so I can't really say because like that was the infamous one where no one got to go in because of the line.
Yeah.
That was the only time I was like, this is pretty shit. Like I flew all the way to Melbourne, paid money, and I can't go in.
Kind of get to look at the con, yeah. I mean, I think that's the only time in which people en masse will say it was a bad con, but
but I don't know about the con itself. Though.
Yeah, because because if it's a bad con, you'll hear about it. People are going to be like, this happened, or this security guard did this, and I don't like it. But no, this time round, it was just, sometimes there's areas which are fenced off, or like, oh no, you can't go in here, or you're not allowed to be up here, or photographers can't go here. I don't think I heard any of that this year. It was pretty just...
Nah, security is the same as always. Like it's the ICC. They're very strict about where you can and can't.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
you can't just wander around everywhere. But for the most part, and again, I didn't really get the chance to look at the con itself, admittedly, in Smash, because after my panel, I just ended up hanging out with a friend most of the day on Saturday, and Sunday, I just didn't explore much. Just hung out with people, and that was it. So.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I suppose we all go to cons for different reasons. And at this point in time, I think for you and me, Danny, it's like, oh well, it's usually because we've got some kind of work to be done, or we're there to catch up with friends, but I don't usually spend an exorbitant amount of time walking through stalls or Artist Alley or looking to spend money. It's more just
not the same.
But
I already spent so much on my costume and getting there that I don't have the funds to go.
And spend money on anything else.
Yeah. I also don't have space anymore for items, so I haven't bought anything from a con in a long time.
It seems to be getting like that. I used to be like, what? Let's buy one new figure every time I go to a con. But it's like, but now it's like, I just don't care. I just don't care. That anime merch gets put away and builds up. But
same.
Is there like any series or any piece of merch that you think, I'm going to buy that if I see it? That's coming home with me.
Nah, I don't think so, because I've seen it before. Like I love Dorohedoro and I love Berserk, and I've seen a lot of Berserk art and stuff before.
Yep.
I love Animal Crossing and Pokemon, but I don't have anywhere to show off the art, so I've stopped buying it, unfortunately, because I'm renting at the moment, so I can't hang things up on the wall. There's nothing.
It's really tough. It's like, I want to spend money on things, but I don't have anywhere to put it, so I'm just not going to buy it.
Yeah.
But,
maybe stickers I'll start getting, because I have like a little sticker book, but
cute.
Otherwise, nah.
It's funny because even with like plushies and stuff, you get, a couple of big ones, maybe a few small ones, and then you're like, oh man, running out of space for all these bad boys. Where am I going to put them? And same thing with statues and figures. It's like, oh, well, I've got one figure cabinet, but that's full now. So, oh God, what am I going to do?
Mine is very full. I have no more space.
Unless you get another figure cabinet or you get rid of some, then it's like.
I did have a second one, but I gave it to my my stepfather.
Oh.
So yeah, because he's collecting like war memorabilia and coins and
stuff.
Oh,
that's cute.
Like, you can have it. Yeah, I thought it was really cute too. So I was like, you can have it. I need to stop collecting figures anyway.
Yeah, it gets to a stage where it's like, what do I want to collect? What do I want to keep in my life? Are you getting to the stage where you're still hoarding a lot of stuff? Or are you kind of like, oh, I got to start, downsizing and minimalizing the amount of stuff I have in my life? How are you feeling?
Yeah, it's hard because I love books. Like I love collecting the manga series of any anime I've watched that I really love. Or just
hardcover books.
Oh yeah, they're so nice. They're really nice. But I don't have like my bookshelf is full.
Yeah.
And I've stopped with pop vinyls for a while. I was collecting them because it was hard to come by anime anything at the time. Now I'm like, well,
pop
I don't need to keep collecting them.
Bottom of the barrel. I'm sorry. I just don't like them. They are not great.
Nah.
The one pop vinyl I do like though is check out this Wooloo, which I added little eyeballs on because it looks cute. That's about it. That's the one pop vinyl I own.
So cute.
And I don't keep it in the box. No.
Nah. I have mine in the boxes because it's easier to display them for me. Like I have so many. Yeah. I do want to start selling them in sets. I just haven't yet. But yeah. If I had the space, I'd have more books for sure, but otherwise...
I mean, it raises the question, which I got this posed to us, is, Danny, if you were to run a convention, what would make it perfect? So we're talking like what days would it run? What would feature there? How much artist alley is too much artist alley? What guests would be there? Would it be one floor, multiple floors? I think there's a lot of different things to consider. So that could be a discussion for another time where it's like, Danny, I want you to tell me what your perfect convention is. Will there just be a room that's just a massive ball pit? Like,
That would be fun.
would
that would be so cool.
Would it be like silent discos? Yeah. Would there be like a bar area? Would
like a cruise?
Oh my God. I think that exists to a degree. No, it's not a cosplay cruise, but it's like a nerd cruise. I think it's like
Toxic talked about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to do it. It sounds so fun.
Something.
Yeah. To be honest, DreamHack did it so well in my opinion.
They did do well.
I loved DreamHack so much. It felt, I think something that would really make cons stand out from others is how they decorate it and make it feel immersive. Like when I step in, I want to feel like I'm walking through some sort of themed area. Like the Rainbow Road at DreamHack was really cool. The Cozy Corner wasn't just some random beanbags with the harsh freaking warehousing lighting on you. It was actually cozy. Like they actually made it cozy with these tree archways and fairy lights. Like I thought that was cool at DreamHack. They really decorated it and made it more atmospheric.
And it's funny because I know it's different for everybody, but for people like you and me, we don't really care too much about the shopping aspect of what to buy. But I know for some people, they're like, I need to get the exclusives. I need to get those convention deals. But but at DreamHack, they didn't really have much to buy, but that was fine for you and me. But to some people, it's like, oh, it's not much to do because there's nothing to buy. So I think it's really a matter of hitting a fine balance of, appealing to everybody and what they want to come to a con for. So
yeah, they did have an artist alley at DreamHack. I think
there was an artist alley, but there wasn't many like vendors or anything, which was quite interesting.
It was small.
But one episode, we're going to talk about Daniela makes things. Daniela makes a con. That's what it's going to be.
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah. I love that. Jeremy makes a con too. Yeah, that sounds cool. That'd be really fun. Oh my gosh, you're going to make me like brainstorm now.
The JustBe convention.
That'd be so cute. The JustBeCon.
The JustBeCon.
Yes.
Interesting.
That'd be a lot of fun.
Okay. We got some thoughts. We got some thoughts going.
We have thoughts.
But overall, I think AVCon, solid 4 out of 5. I would like to go there money permitting. Obviously, I think if I didn't have to worry about costs. It was very easy for me to get to. I'd be very happy to go there. And I think Smash just always has something going on, and I'm happy to make that trip every year at this point. It's just a good anime con. So
it is. It's great. And they're getting gaming more involved into their convention scene, which is cool.
Really cool. It means it's going to be even bigger, Danny. Even bigger. Holy smokes.
There'll be a whole floor for gaming. Oh my gosh, imagine.
Holy smokes. Well, look, one thing at a time. Let's see how this mini event goes at the end of the year. Maybe that's gonna change everything.
Yes.
Who knows?
Yes.
Anyway, if you guys have listened, thanks very much for coming back. Because I know we're kind of being a little bit infrequent lately, but we're working on it. Now, we've got a few cool things coming up in terms of what we're doing with the direction of this podcast, because we really want to start involving our community more, our listeners even more, and getting just members of the community involved with the podcast in different ways, because we have a lot of people, coming up and saying hi to us, which is really, really cool. So thank you very much for anyone who has had a chat to us. But more than ever, we've got people applying, saying like, "Oh, can I talk about this on the podcast? Talk about this? Can I get involved?" And we're kind of still figuring out a way to get more people involved, to have a yap, have a chat, have some sort of input, because we know that there's a lot of cosplayers, and everyone has a really unique perspective on cosplay and how they've gone through things and their experiences, and we really want to listen to these, but we're just trying to find the best way to kind of line it all up. So bear with us. We're working something out.
Yeah. Thanks, guys, for your patience.
Yeah, thanks for your patience. But yeah, keep an eye on our Instagram particularly. We're going to announce some things pretty soon once we figure that out. But in the meantime, thanks very much for tuning in again. Thanks again for the yap, Danny. I appreciate your patience and everything that's happened in the last month or so.
Thank you to Jeremy for your patience with my hangry self.
Oh, it's part of the Daniela experience. It's a privilege to experience it. But again, thanks again, guys, for tuning in, and we will see you next week.
See you next week, everyone. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.